Kia ora koutou katoa. Nau mai haere mai to the Melville High School Junior Academic Prizegiving for 2023. My name's John Ledson. I'll be the Master of Ceremonies, and we'll begin with our kaumātua Tutu Ormsby getting us started with a mihi whakatau.
Tuatahi, kaimani, kei te mihi atu rā e tama. Mehe me mokopuna nā pai te huri nui Jones no roto I a Maniapoto, ka mihi kau atu rā ki a koe. Ko te ki atu rā, tēnei tō mihi kaimani. Koi anō te pēru, ina hoki te taiaroa. Whakatiruhi a maina ki te whana, aha, pararepa ha. Kāti. Ki hoki mai rā ki tēnei whakaatu ki a tātou. Toia, tainui, tapatū ki te moana maua e tō māta whakatau ka ronga ake ana. He tarawai nuku, he tarawai rangi. Nui teina mā, tini a manoa. Nau mai rā tāne, ka kautau e te wai piko o whiti. A tāne tunu rā tēnei karanga. Horo mai, whakatau mai, te taikura, ko tēnei te wahanga, hei pōwhiri atu rā ki tēnā ringa, hei pōwhiri atu rā ki tēnā ringa, hei pōwhiri atu rā I enei ringa. Kia koutou, e tamamā, tēnā rā koutou, ko ki piri mai rā mō tēnei huihuinga. Hara mai I runga I te ahuatanga o te rangi, e pai tunu rā, kei waho tunu rā, e mahana, pai tunu āroto, e mahana, e hautū tunu rā, e noho nei. No reira, ngō koutou mātua, mēnei kei konei tunu rā koutou hara mai, whakatau mai, piri mai, I runga I te auhatanga, kia tukunātu rā ngā huatanga, e nei, kei muri nei, ia hau, ki tēnā, ki te katoa, o ngā tauira, o te kura. No reira, kainui tēnā, kia pēnei tuni rā te whakamutunga o tau karikia. E tō mātou matua nui te rangi kia tapu I tau ingoa, kia tae mai tau rangatiratanga, kia mētia tau e pai ai ki rungi I te whenua, kia rita no ki tō tarangi. O mai kia mātou ai nei he taro mō mātou mō tēnei rā. Murua mātou, hara mai mātou hoki e muri nei o te hunga, I harana kia mātou. A hoki mātou kawe kia whakawaia, engari whakaoringi a mātou I te kinu. Nau hoki te rangatiratanga, te kaha me te kororia, ake, amen. Kahuri.
Kia ora matua tutu, and now we will move on to our national anthem. And so could everyone please be upstanding and join in the national anthem. E noho. So we will begin the ceremonies with the reading of the Year 9 awards. Now the reader will be the Year 9 Dean, that's Lily Ferreira, and the presenter will be the Year 9 Assistant Principal, Sandra Buchanan. So if I could ask them to come forward and we'll read the Year 9 award winners.
Tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Mrs. Lurley Ferreira, and I am very proud to present to you our 85 Year 9 academic achievers for this year's prize giving. Well, it's Melville High School's last prize giving. 55 out of these 85 have 2 or more awards, and that is something we should be celebrating for. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Also, if we could save our applause at the end of each line, that would be much appreciated. Let's start. MJ, Kingston, Ralph, Quentin, Justin, and Mason. MJ Abraham, Commendation, Year 9 Science. Kingston Baker Bell, Commendation, Year 9 Art. Ralph Balagod, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics in Hard Materials Wood. Quentin Bittridge, Commendation, Year 9 Numeracy. Justin Cooley, Commendation, Year 9 Enterprise Studies, DTE, Science, and PE. Mason Cassie McPherson, Commendation, Year 9 English. Lance, Mariah, Logan, Jisharna, Corey, and Phoenix. Lance Gueto, Cultural Service for Student Council and Commendation for Year 9 DTE. Mariah DeThiere, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation, Year 9 Music, Sports Institute, and Drama. Logan Duncan, Commendation, Campbell Center, Year 9 Literacy. Jisharna Marie Jennifer Ferguson, Commendation, Year 9 Tirio Mori. Corey Ford, Cultural Service for Student Council, and Commendation for Year 9 Mathematics, Social Studies, Art, DTE, and English. Phoenix Hart Pritchard, Commendation, Year 9 English. Jaden, Shion, Prophecy, Logan, Hunter, and Maverick. Jaden Howell, Commendation, Year 9 PE. Sion Tom James, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics. Prophecy James, Commendation, Year 9 English, Aghort, and PE. Logan Kingstone, Commendation, Year 9 Art, DTE, English, and PE. Hunter Kopa, Commendation, Year 9 Enterprise Studies. Maverick Langi Wikairi Herbert, Commendation, Year 9 DVC, English, Tirio Maori, Science, and PE. Vince, Kian, Sam, Noah, Devin, and Junior. Vince Laranjo, Commendation, Year 9 Science. Kian Lucena, Commendation, Year 9 Science. Sam Madeira, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Ag Hort. Devin McLaren, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, DTE, Science and Literacy. Noah Maroulis, Commendation, Year 9 Food Technology, English and Science. Junior Pinicolo Moimoy, Commendation, Year 9 Enterprise Studies in DVC. James, Novali, Malak, Bella, Shelby, and Nandini. James Montoya, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Hard Materials Metal, DTE, English and Science. Melville Murahi, Commendation, Year 9 Literacy. Malak Mustafa, Commendation, Year 9 Drama. Bella Wansaya, Commendation, Year 9 English and Ag Hort. Shelby Pico, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Social Studies in PE. Nandini Pal, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics in Ag Hort. Ciaran, Liam, Josiah, Kane, Atahua, and Lynn. Ciaran Patiliseo, Commendation, Year 9 DTE, Science, Music, and PE. Liam Pepperell Sinclair, Commendation, Homeroom Year 9 Literacy and Numeracy. Len Taipari, Cultural Service for Student Council. Elijah, Mana, Philip, Kiritapu, Jade, Iriwira. Elijah Tumu, Commendation, Year 9 Art. Mana Turner, Commendation, Year 9 English and Science. Philip Wanga Amato, Commendation, Year 9 English, Science, Ag Hort, and PE. Kiritapu Walker Kara, Cultural Service for Student Council. Jade Waruhia, Commendation, Year 9 PE. Iruwera Watini, Commendation, Year 9 Ag Hort and Sport. Livia, Isra, Hiria, Texas, Tani, and Ivy. Livia Wu, Commendation, Year 9 Drama. Isra Farimati, Year 9 Enterprise Studies, PE and Sport. Hiria Wilson, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Music. Texas Wilson, Commendation, Year 9 Social Studies. Tani Wipani, Commendation, Year 9 Ag Hort and PE. Ivy Barry, Cultural Service for Library, Commendation for Year 9 Mathematics, Science, and Music. Distinction for Year 9 Drama. Sheridan, Tautiri, Kyra, Jai, Jesvin, and Ayushi. Sheridan Costello, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Science. Distinction, Year 9 Social Studies. Tautiri, Utah, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation for Year 9 Ag Hort, and Distinction for Year 9 DVC. Kyra Green, Sport Fair Play for Badminton, Commendation for Year 9 DTE in Science, Distinction for Year 9 Mathematics and Art. Jasvin John, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Enterprise Studies in Science, Distinction for Year 9 Music. Ayushi Kala, Commendation, Year 9 Enterprise Studies in Aotearoa Studies, Distinction in Year 9 Science. Selena, Lincoln, Sasha, Nin Marlar, Kahea, and Winnikire. Lincoln Miley, Distinction, Year 9 DTE. Selena Lavimai, Distinction, Year 9 Ag Hort. Kahea Ringia, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Science, Distinction in Year 9 Social Studies. Sasha Nonoa, Distinction, Year 9 Mathematics. Winnikire Roma, Distinction in Year 9 English. Ivy, Michael, Talia, Kaimani, Namorihu, and Elliot. Ivy San Buenaventura, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Science. Distinction, Year 9 Ag Hort. Michael Sharma, Commendation, Year 9 Social Studies, English and Aotearoa Studies. Distinction, Year 9 Mathematics. Talia Smith, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Art, English, and Aotearoa Studies. Distinction, Year 9 Social Studies in DTE. Kaimani Wade Jones, Distinction, Year 9 Art in English. Namorihu Wanga Amato, Commendation, Year 9 Ag Hort, Homeroom Literacy and Numeracy, and Distinction in Year 9 Art. Elliot Webster, Commendation, Year 9 Social Studies and Food Technology, Distinction in Year 9 Art, DTE and Ag Hort. Raniera, Rory, Connor, Rishikesh, Celia, and Dragon. Raniera Wilson, Commendation, Year 9 PE, and Distinction in Year 9 Teriomori. Rory Edway, Cultural Service for Student Council, Distinction for Year 9 Sports Institute, First Place for Year 9 PE, and Melville High School Cup for Year 9 Health and Physical Education. Rishikesh Deo, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Social Studies, English, Science, and Agriculture. Distinction, Year 9 Aotearoa Studies, and First Place in Year 9 Hard Materials Wood. Celia Edwards, Commendation, Year 9 Enterprise Studies, English and Science, and First Place in Year 9 Ag Hort. Amelia, Sakusa, Tehuinga, Melanie, Nathan, and HJ. Amelia Hazlitt. Sports Service for Basketball and Ultimate Frisbee. Sport Prize for Ultimate Frisbee Outstanding Female. Commendation, Year 9 English and Drama. Distinction, Year 9 Mathematics, Social Studies, and Enterprise Studies. And First Place in Year 9 DVC. Sakusa Korithivi, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, DVC, and Ag Hort, First Place in Year 9 Hard Materials Metal. Tehuinga Morrison McFarlane Maui, First Place in Homeroom Literacy. Melanie Pomali, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Hard Materials Wood, Hard Materials Metal, DTE, English, Science, Music, and PE. First place in Year 9 Social Studies and Austin Trophy for Year 9 in Excellence in Social Studies. Nathan Sanderson, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation, Year 9 Social Studies, English and Science. Distinction, Year 9 Social Studies in DTE. First place in Year 9 Mathematics and Aotearoa Studies. And Melville High School Cup for Year 9 Mathematics. H.J. Saunders Tito, Commendation, Year 9 Social Studies, Food Technology and Science. Distinction, Year 9 Social Studies. First place in Year 9 Art and English. And Melville High School Cup for Year 9 English. Taika, Cadence, Taylor, Manaya, and Ben. Taika Tate, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics and Science, and First Place in Year 9 Teriomori. Cadence De Tomo, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics, Art, Drama, and Science, Distinction in Year 9 English, First Place in Year 9 Music. Taylor Vallis, Commendation, Year 9 Mathematics in Hard Materials Metal. Distinction in Year 9 Social Studies in DTE. First place in Year 9 Food, Technology, and Science. Melville High School Cup for Year 9 Science. Manaya Witchman, Learning Initiatives Trophy. Ben Wright Taplin, First place in Homeroom Year 9 Literacy. Congratulations, everyone, and my appreciation to Mr. Hamill, Mr. Edwards, and Mr. Menon for my step-up pinch. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora to Lily and Sandra for the presentation of the Year 9 Awards. And now for something slightly different, we have a musical item. We have Cadence Te Tomo, Like I'm Gonna Lose You, written by Megan Turner. And just while I'm mentioning it, I'd like to tautoko what Matua Tutu said with regards to Kaimani when we first came in. Kaimani weighed with the mute music as we were entering the hall. So over to Cadence Te Tomo.
I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene from a movie that every broken heart knows. We were walking on moonlight, you pulled me close. Split second, then you disappeared, and then I was all alone. I woke up in tears with you by my side, a breath of relief, and I realized, no, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, and we'll never know when we will run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. In the blink of an eye, just a whisper of smoke, you could lose everything. The truth is you never know. So I'll kiss you longer, babe, any chance that I get. I'll make the most of the minutes in love with no regret. Let's take our time to say what we want. Here's what we got before it's all gone. No, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we will run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we will run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you.
Kia ora, Cadence, just what we needed. We now move on to the presentation of Year 10 awards. So I'd like to invite the reader of these awards, that's Anthony Peacham, who's the Year 10 Dean, and the presenter, who is Michael Edwards, the Assistant Principal in charge of Year 10. If those two could come forward, and then we'll get into the Year 10 awards.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Anthony Peacham, Year 10 Dean. It's a great honour to be here today to present these awards. Congratulations so far to the Year 9s with your awards. I'd like to invite the following. Rhiann, Hayden, Gratian, Tyler, Tasmin, Fiston. Rhiann Ali, Accommodation, Year 10 Social Studies and Hard Materials, Metal. Hayden Allen, Accommodation, Year 10 Numeracy. Gratian Amani, Accommodation, Year 10 Literacy. Tyler Amara, Commendation, Year 10 Science. Tasmin Atkins, Commendation, Year 10 English, Arts and Science. Fiston Azangwa, Commendation, Year 10 Social Studies and Science. Justin, Preston, Cyrus, Jasmine, Oscar. Jasmine Carolyn Wilson, Commendation, Year 10 PE. Fletcher, Naima, Fuelen, Nicholas, Luke, Desire. Fletcher Curran, Commendation, Year 10 DTE. Naima Diaz, Commendation, Year 10 English. Fuelen Dugan, Commendation, Year 10 English. Nicholas Duggan, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation in Year 10 Food Technology. Luke Ellingford, Commendation Year 10 DVC, English and PE. Desire Figure Grace, Commendation Year 10 English, Aotearoa Studies, and Sports Service to Netball, and you will receive the Melville High School Tiani Wilson Memorial Trophy for Most Improved Player of the Year. Louis, Taylor, Bella, Tremaine Green, Legacy, Kai. Louis Fino, Commendation, Year 10 Numeracy. Taylor Glassy, Commendation, Year 10 Social Studies and Aotearoa Studies. Bella Gray, Sports Service for Netball, Commendation in Year 10 Sports and Aotearoa Studies. Tremaine Green, Commendation in Year 10 English, Aotearoa Studies. Legacy Gunn, Commendation in Year 10 Drama, Sports and Physical Education. Kai Hamilton, Commendation for Year 10 Drama. Sam, Nathaniel, Manaya, Alfred, Justice, Jet. Sam Horn, Commendation for Year 10 DTE. Nathaniel John, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics and Hard Materials Metal. Manaya Johnson, Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics, English, Arts and Science. Alfred Justin Thomas, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, DTE, Science and Physical Education. Justice Carpier, Culture for Service for Student Council, Commendation for Year 10 Art and Literacy. Jet Keane, Commendation for Year 10 Sports and Physical Education. Jean, Tyrone, Keisha, Charlotte, Sarah, Lance. Jean Kirby, Cultural Service for Relay for Life, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, DTE, Music and Science. Keisha Lange, Cultural Service for Relay for Life, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics. Shiloh Leonard Drummond, Commendation for Year 10 Music. Sarah Mass, Commendation for Year 10 Science. Eddie. Lance, Raina, Sophie, Tefito, Tyrell, Braden Morris. Raimana Manawaiti, Commendation for Year 10 Sports. Raina Mani, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, English, Science and Agriculture. Sophie Martin, Commendation for Year 10 English. Tifitu Maru, Sports Merit for Basketball, Commendation for Year 10 Science. Tyrell Mora, Cultural Service for Student Council. Kahu, Caitlin, Roman, Athena, Shireen, Nathaniel Phillips. Athena Parata Allen, Commendation for Year 10 Food Technology. Nathaniel Phillips, Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies and Food Technology. Motaz Shahed Leal Amelia Escalade Leah. Motaz Rahal, Commendation for Year 10 Aotearoa Studies. Shahad Rahal, Cultural Service for Relay for Life. Leol Singh, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation for Year 10 Science. Amelia Tiamo, Commendation for Year 10 Arts and Literacy. Escalade Tinahue, Commendation for Year 10 Agriculture. Leah Tufangai, Commendation for Year 10 English, Turia Molde and Physical Education. Fakado, Fahan, Zayan, Harley, Dayton, Page. Fakado Wikere, Commendation for Year 10 Numeracy. Fahan Ali, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Hard Materials Wood, English and Science, Distinction for Year 10 Physical Education. Zayan Ali, Cultural Service for Student Council, Commendation for Year 10 DTE in Science, Distinction in Year 10 Social Studies. Harley Bolton, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, English, Enterprise Studies, Distinction for Year 10 Hard Materials Metal and Physical Education. Dayton Chase. Commendation for Year 10 English, Science, Physical Education, Distinction, Year 10 Aotearoa Studies. Paige Davison. Commendation for Year 10 Food Technology, Art, Agriculture, Distinction for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics and Science. Levi, Sayosi, Logan, Manette, Na, Chavinel. Levi Egsted, Commendation for Year 10 Physical Education, Distinction for Year 10 Aotearoa Studies. Sayosi Fungupo, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, English, Science, Distinction for Year 10 Physical Education. Logan Karker, Commendation for Year 10 PE, Distinction for Year 10 Sports. Manak Kawa, Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics, English, Agriculture, Distinction for Year 10 DVC and Art. Na Kavamo Unga Hone, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Enterprise Studies and Science, Distinction for Year 10 Social Studies. Javril Khan, Distinction for Year 10 DTE. Aidan Lee, Jenny Lee, Isaiah, Navia, Diane, Ray Shiv. Aidan Lee, Commendation for Year 10 DVC, English, Science, Physical Education, Distinction in Year 10 Social Studies. Jenny Lee Lopez, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Food Technology, English, Science and Agriculture, and Distinction for Year 10 Aotearoa Studies. Isaiah Morgan, Commendation for Year 10 Sports, Distinction for Year 10 Physical Education. Navea Nya, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Food Technology, English, Science, Physical Education, Distinction for Year 10 Social Studies and Hard Materials Wood. Diane Pinlack, Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics, Science, Agriculture, Physical Education, Distinction for Year 10 English and Art. Ray Shiv Sami, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Food Technology, Enterprise Studies and Science, Distinction for Year 10 Social Studies. Jacob, Luke, Brody, Kaiwika, Ashita, Kalian. Jacob Singh, Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies, Hard Materials Metal and English, Distinction for Year 10 Food Technology. Brody T. Ho, Distinction for Year 10 Physical Education and Sports. Kaiwike Opuko, Commendation for Year 10 Enterprise Studies, Science with Distinction for Year 10 Tirio Moldy. Aishita Vindra, Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics, Hard Materials Wood and Science, Distinction for Year 10 Agriculture. Katia, Yana, Kale, Tremaine, Cody, Cohen. Katia Bennett Mackey. Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics and DTE. Distinction for Year 10 English, Art, Science and Agriculture. Beg your pardon. Sorry. I'll do that again. Katia Bennett Mackey. First place for Year 10 Art. Yana de Guzman. Commendation for Year 10 Mathematics and DTE. Distinction for Year 10 English, Art, Science and Agriculture. First place for Year 10 Social Studies and Enterprise Studies. And you will receive the Austin Trophy for the Excellence in Social Studies. Kale Hawes. First prize in Year 10 Food Technology. Tremaine Q. Commendation for Year 10 Physical Education. First place for Year 10 Aotearoa Studies. Cody Lynchwag. First place for Year 10 Hard Materials Metal. Cohen McManara. Commendation for Year 10 English. First place for Year 10 Physical Education and Sports. You'll receive the Melville High Cup for Health and Physical Education and the Michael Edwards Trophy for Year 10 Sports Institute of Sports. Anne, Ryder, Abigail, Sampson, Rangamaria, and Edge. Anne Pinlick. Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics, DTE, Enterprise Studies, Science and Agriculture. First place for Year 10 DVC. Ryder Paluja. Commendation for Year 10 Social Studies and English. First place for Year 10 Hard Materials Wood. Abigail Rachel Manny. Commendation for Year 10 Art. Distinction for Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics, DTE and English. First place for Year 10 Music, Science and Agriculture. And you'll receive the Melville High School Cup for Year 10 Science. Sampson Rain. First place for Homeroom Year 10 Literacy. Rangamadia Wadahia. Commendation for Year 10 English and Art. Distinction for Year 10 Music. First place for Year 10 DTE. And you'll receive the Young Cup for Junior Computer Programming. Edge White. First place for Year 10 Drama. I'd just like to congratulate all our prize winners today. Well done, everybody. You deserve it. I might have to get Mr. Eddie to sub in at some point, but I'll do my best. As I stand here today, with a mixture of joy, pride, and a touch of sadness, I address you for the last time as your Year 10 Dean. Being your Dean over the last years has been a privilege and a pleasure. Together, we have navigated the challenges, celebrated the triumphs, and shared the countless moments of laughter and companionship. I have had the distinct honor of watching you grow into the young men and women you are today. I couldn't be prouder. As I transition from this role of your Dean, I want to express my deepest gratitude. Thank you for allowing to be a part of your lives and for trusting me, for teaching me as much as I hope I've taught you. It's been an honor and a privilege to guide you through this chapter of your educational journey. As you move forward, remember at the end of one chapter marks the beginning of another. Embrace the challenges, lie ahead with the same courage and your resilience you've shown here at Melville High School. Your potential is limitless, and I have no doubt you will all achieve great things. As I bid you farewell, know that I give you my best wishes for a bright and successful future. I have every confidence that your journey ahead will be filled with achievements, personal growth, and new adventures. The time has come to bid you farewell to this incredible group of students who have not only been my students, but have become a part of my extended family. Remember, you're not students, you are architects of your destiny. Thank you, farewell, and may your future be bright and promising as each of you. Thank you.
Kia ora to Anthony and Michael for the presentation of the Year 10 awards. We have a few trophies left and a few more awards to hand out, but in between times we have the principal's address, so I'll now hand over to our principal, Clive Hamill, for his address.
Tui ronga, tui raro, tui ki te pauhina na tangata o te motu. E kengi tū heitea, pai maria. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e rauranga tira mā. Tēnā kōrua, matuas, e rauranga tira. Tēnā kōrua. Nau mai, hara mai, whakatau mai. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here today and to congratulate our prize winners. And gee, there was a swag of them, wasn't there? This is the final junior prize giving, and it signifies the last day for students at Melville High School. It fills me, like Anthony, with great pleasure and at the same time much sadness. And it means the end of an era in schooling in South West Hamilton. I'd like to acknowledge our board presiding member, Liz Willis. It's great to have you here today, Liz, and we have been really fortunate to have a focused and hard-working board working behind the scenes, and it's been a very challenging year. And I'm really excited and pleased about the tenor and tone that's here for a school that's closing, for a school where there's apprehension and anxiety about futures, both for staff and for students. But collectively, we have great strength, and we've got great opportunities ahead of us. So I stand here before you, and our students are here, and they stand on the shoulders of 60 years of schooling in our community. And that tuition has not only come from teachers, but from students, from whānau, from kaumātua, and the magnificent MLV communities. So I thank you all for your effort. Academically, last year's results were pretty poor. And one of the major impacts of this restructure has been changes to staff. So teachers, particularly the challenge has been with the fact that nobody could get a permanent job for the last 20 months here. And so we were able to employ a host of beginning teachers or year 1 and 2 teachers. In fact, well over 34% of our students are beginning teachers. And remember the fact that I couldn't give permanent jobs. So as a result, 44% were fixed term. And so that was a challenge. And for many of the teachers, they didn't have experience of NCA and of the New Zealand curriculum. So it was a big challenge for them, but also a huge challenge for their leaders. And I must acknowledge the leaders of curriculum for their impressive determination and focus. So it was not really surprising that we had challenges with our achievement and with significant drops from NCA level 1 to 3, down from between 20 to 40% in that regard. And of most concern was that Māori and Pacifica students were the greatest losers. Despite this, though, our 2022 results were still better than our sister schools. This year, we're tracking much more positively in that regard, and considering we started with a new senior leadership team, and I must acknowledge John, our DP, Sandra and Mikey in that regard. So we were pretty green as a starting team, but we've finished really well, and I need to acknowledge you for that. One of the challenges too have been the fact that we've lost staff during the year as we've supported Mangakō Tukutuki College. And the other element is there's a whole lot of extra work to do for the ministry and others as the school closes. And a challenge too for staff that they knew in September that their last day at Melville High School was December the 8th. That's Friday. And that in itself poses a challenge to the school about continuing to the end of the year. However, we knew this was coming, and we spent quite a bit of time in October and November planning for this. And the board dug in their pocket. They increased the budget by 20%. That's $800,000, so we could do something extra to make the difference. We provided extra teachers, a host of extra teacher aides and learning support staff. We got online resources, and we got the good old workbooks that some of you might remember. And we were also able to give a koha towards the refurbishment of our magnificent marae te manaakitanga. We also added more resource to our e-learning program, Kutui Ako. There was a time when you wouldn't have had a clue what that was all about, but COVID sort of fixed that for us. And for example, Melville High School offers more foreign languages than any other school in the Waikato. For example, our students can undertake unique learning, including psychology and equine studies. And now we're part of a e-learning community that dominates the delivery of online courses. We've got 2,400 students in our organisation. So that was an excellent contribution to the board because they knew it was going to be hard. And I thank the board for that commitment. Despite these issues, the school is in a good heart. And remember that our board worked hard before the announcement was made. They visited schools, visited boards, did investigation, attended every single consultation hui, and they came up with a recommendation to the ministry to merge the two schools because they could see the strength in relationships. The ministry, however, decided to close the schools, and that was taken out of our hands. And in fact, so was the development of the new school, and that's with the hands of the Ministry of Education and Mangakō Tukutuki Establishment Board. It's sad, but we were parked in a lay-by as all these exciting developments were going. And now I come to some extremely disappointing news, and I'm going to extend a wero to you all a challenge in that regard. I stood here last year and promised you lots. I am very disappointed to say that the news that I was sharing about significant money for rebuilding has vaporised in that regard. And you most probably remember that I said, oh, don't worry, it'll be much more than a paint job. Well, the resources are not there for Mangakō Tukutuku at this stage to even do that. So I'm bitterly disappointed that at the same time, the ministry have got putia of ours, $1.3 million, and they haven't allowed us to spend it. And particularly, we wanted to do something about your grotty toilets and about the fact that we've got challenges with our alarms. So collectively, I believe we need to put pressure on the ministry. And I feel sorry for the board and the staff of Mangakō Tuku College, because that expectation's out there. So I ask you this, do you think you deserve the same facilities as our North Hamilton schools? Pardon? Do you think you deserve? Yes. Okay. And do you want the work to begin now? Okay. Are you going to help me put pressure on the ministry? Okay. The regional manager of network provision for the ministry, so he's the boss of property, he reckons it's unfair. In fact, he used the words inequitable. So we're going to hold them to account. But let's leave that there. That's a challenge for next year. One of the reasons we're sitting here and we're so affirming is because of the big people that support our school. The curriculum leaders, the teachers, our support staff team. Their contribution has been vital and impressive. Our school has a special place in our community and in the lives of many generations. We had a thoroughly great time at mid-year when we celebrated 60 years of service by Melville Intermediate and Melville High School. And on your way out, grab a celebration booklet on your right. I know you're getting a bit bored and restless, but I've got you for one more time, you see, in that regard. For me, it's been an honour and a privilege to build on the legacies of the 5 previous principals. The most pleasing aspects for me have been the significant growth in your academic achievement, particularly of Māori and Pasifika students. And that has been achieved by the hard work of a series of teachers and leaders. So I believe they deserve a round of applause. So let's give them a round of applause. There's a great team here at Melville High School, and it includes everybody, from the SLT through to the ground staff, to the teaching staff, to the support staff, and we had a magnificent time Friday in here, last Friday, and that was because of that collective effort. I am confident that Mangakō Tukutuku College will continue to help grow the rangatahi here and to develop the capacity for you to use your education as a tool to develop and to chart a really challenging and interesting and exciting personal journey. And I know all of you can make a difference in the world. I also know that your community will be there supporting you in that growth. It has been my utmost pleasure to be part of this community and to be your principal. You know, I love coming to work, and I love interacting with students, and I love trying to make a difference. For me, this year has been personally challenging because of my health, and I'd like to apologise to you students because I never got out as much as I normally do to watch your weekday sports or your weekend sports. Part of the reason that I'm standing here is I acknowledge my wife, Many of you know her as Whaia Maria. She herself is a veteran principal of some 27 years, and she's been my rock. Sometimes she tells me off, sometimes she encourages me, and other times she tells me to man up. But that support has been significant and essential. So let's get to the end of this. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I want you to enjoy the summer break, to enjoy your whānau, and to come back 2024 charged up. So, love you all. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Clive. I'd now like to hand over to the presiding member of the Board of Trustees, that is Liz Willis. Every school in New Zealand has a Board of Trustees, and they are the people who, well, for one, hold the principal and staff accountable, and they provide the strategic direction for the school. So over to you, Liz.
Kia ora koutou. John's explained what we do as a board, and most of you probably don't know who I am. We sit in the boardroom a few times a month and relook at our policies and procedures for school, how our students are tracking, how our staff is tracking, and I've had the privilege of being involved on the board now for 13 years. Our collective board together have more than 50 years experience, and then we add our principal to that, and there's almost 70 years of experience on the board. Now, when I look at it like that, sometimes we feel we haven't achieved much, but I look at you all today, and all I can say is thank you, families, for sticking by us. Congratulations to all our students who are here on the last day of school. I acknowledge those on behalf of the board, acknowledge those who have received certificates. I've sat as a parent in many a Prizegiving and watched some of mine get certificates and watched some who didn't, who sat beside me. But all I can say to you today is your decisions while you're here at school determine your destiny. I had the privilege of, on Friday night, to be here to acknowledge our principal as we celebrated his retirement and as we celebrated our long-serving staff. And in the marae kitchen, I had 15 past students assist me, and I listened to them talk through the night. Some of them now are almost in their 30s, and all of them started here as year 9s, just like you. Some of them left when they were year 12s to pursue their further education, but most of them stayed to year 13. And all of them have gone on to do fantastically well. There was a doctor in there, an almost lawyer in there, one who had a master's in biology, another one who was teaching history at a high school somewhere else. They've all gone on. There was a builder. I actually wanted to ask him to come and do some jobs for me. But I was very impressed. All of them started here at our high school, just like you in year 9. And that made me feel very humble that a school like ours could produce successful and humbly successful young people to go on and take their place in the world. So on behalf of the board, thank you for being here today. And I just want to reiterate what our principal said, is that families, if you would like things a certain way in the new school, you need to support it. My intention was always to be part of the PTA or whānau group. And it's very hard to get people on the board. And yes, it does take time. But if there are things you want for your students, for your children, for your tamariki, then you've got to stand up and make yourselves available for things like the board. Because the board does give the direction to the school, to the principal, to the staff. And I invite parents here today to actually think about helping the new school move forward. Because we all know there's a lot of questions that we have and things that we are unsure of. But it's up to the community to now help shape that. Wish you all the best for the festive season. Take care of your families. And I look forward to seeing these young people maybe be my doctor in the future, or coming in being my plumber or my electrician, or helping me at a reception desk when I'm way older and can't remember my name. And I take, on behalf of the board, just want to say thank you for being part of our Melville whānau. Thank you.
Kia ora, Liz. We now are on the home straight. It's time for the prestigious awards. So these are the top 2 students in Year 9 and the top 2 students in Year 10. I will do the reading and our principal, Clive Hamill, will present the various certificates and other awards. So we'll make a start with Ella and William. Could you two come forward, please? Ella Fife and William. So first off, we have Ella Feist, Service to Wellbeing Committee, commendations in Year 9 Mathematics, Social Studies, English, Te Reo Māori and Science, distinctions in Year 9 Social Studies and Food Technology, and the Smoke-Free Lifestyle Award. William Smith, step forward please, William. You have commendations in Year 9 Social Studies, Hard Materials, Wood, Music, and Year 9 Health and Physical Education. Distinction in Year 9 Mathematics, Hard Materials, Metal, English, and in Science. First place in Year 9 Drama and in Year 9 Digital Technology. You have won the Junior Drama Cup. You've won a trophy for being the best junior orator, and you get the Melville High School trophy for top achiever in Year 9. So there are now 2 students sitting down the back of the hall there wondering, have they been forgotten? And the answer is no, you haven't been forgotten. So could I have Pepe Ririao and Misaki coming forward, please? So first up, we have Pepe Ririao James Kawamura, Service to Relay for Life and Student Council, commendation for Year 10 Digital Technology and Health and Physical Education, distinction in Year 10 Social Studies, Mathematics and Science, first place in Year 10 English and Te Reo Māori, the Gwyneth Jordan Trophy for top Year 10 English student, joint winner actually with our next recipient, and the Tamaiti Toa Trophy. Misaki Ebeni. So, service to Student Council, commendation for Year 10 Music and Art, distinction Year 10 Social Studies, Enterprise Studies and Science, first place in Year 10 Mathematics and Year 10 English, Gwyneth Jordan Trophy for top Year 10 English that I just mentioned before, you're the other joint winner, the Melville High School Cup for Year 10 Mathematics, and the Melville High School Trophy for top achiever in Year 10. So we're just checking to see if the table's empty, and there is one presentation remaining. So Clive is going to present flowers to our presiding member, Liz Willis, for her service to Melville High School and the Board of Trustees.
Appreciation for you, and we wish you all the best, and don't stay out of the pasture too long.
That brings the presentations to an end. There's just a couple of formalities to observe. Now, before I forget, we invite all of the whānau and families who've attended our Prizegiving over through the doors on the side there and over to the staff room for a kai and something to drink as well. And also, I'd just like to say thank you, everybody, for your support of Melville High School. Merry Christmas and good luck for next year, whatever you intend to do. And I'll now invite our kaumātua Tutu to come forward and close us off with our karakia whakamutunga. Or, sorry, I'll invite Matai Ariki to maybe a double act. So, haere mai.
Tēnā tātou katoa e te whānau. Tēnā koe e te whaia. Tēnā tātou katoa e te whānau tēnei rā mutunga o tō tātou kura Melville High. I noi kia koutou ingariki manakitia mātou tēnei rā mutunga. Tō mātou tūmuaki me tana hōrangatira. taino ki ngā kaiako katoa, taino ki ngā mātua, taino ki ngā tauira, tamaiti tāne, tamaiti tamahine, mana ki tia rātau, hoki mai ki te kura, te tauhau, kei te haere mai. Mana ki tia no rātau haere, te whae o rātau nei hia iwaho o tēnei papa o tēnei kura. Ki runga no o mātou kai tumuaki me ngā kaiako. Iho, Heavenly Father, watch over our principal and his wife and all our teachers, those who may be returning to the new school and those who are journeying on to other schools. And to all our parents who've had the patience to send our tamariki to be taught at our school. We've got a big job. Our principal and Liz have put a challenge out there. We are still a community, and with our new school, we all get together and make the decisions from the community, not made from outside. Nā reira, and look after our children who return to our school and the ones who will journey on from this place. Mana ki tia mātou tēnei rā i ngā wā katoa, o mātou ki ngitu hei tia, o te tau te whirawhiro, taino kia mātou katoa. Mātua tama wairua tapu ana hera pono mā ngai tautoko mai ni ākini ai. I'm going to ask Matua Tutu, he's going to close off with Pai Māori there, but I believe we've got the Puatarau, niha, now is the hour. O hatara, e moe ai o nei, e hai re ana, koe ki pā mama, hai re ra, ka hoki mai ano, ki te tau ka tangea tūnei. Pai Māori rea. Tō tia ka whakamaramatanga mai rā e te atua. Ki tō mātou ki ngi tana hōranga tira te rāua whānau mokopuna. Tai nō rā kia mātou katoa te pane, te pauwaru, te rawa kore. Ki ngā huatanga e māui tunu ana rā keirunga ki a mātou katoa. I te rānei ai. Nā te e kro ori ai. Nā te kro ori ai. Nā te kro ori ai. Rire, hau. Pai Māori re. Amen. Bye-bye. No nei hoki.